Hello, welcome back. I'm Chaitya Abhishek De Silva, an undergraduate of the Jama Institute for Advanced Technology. Hello, welcome back with the question series of Database Management System 1, and today I'm here with the question set 10. Capeticola Central College was the only active school in the area during the board season. There were only 15 students in the school. Also, there were only 5 teachers, and one of them was the principal of the school. The principal decided to add all students' details in the students' attendance marking system, so he would be able to mark the attendance after the main morning assembly at once. Think you are a reputed database engineer and the principal requested to make a database while another developer is developing the system. The details have been given below. Create a database named Capital Lab School and insert these data to tables graphically. So we have to create these 4 tables and we have to insert the data to the tables graphically. After you created the database, the principal wanted to check your database for bugs. He has given you some scenarios, read them carefully and write queries to get results. As the first one, select all students who study in grade 6, use join query. And then as the second one, select birthdays of the students who come from Padaviya bypass. And as the last one, select names of the students who study at grade 9 and come from Mihintale. Today I'm using MySQL Workbench. Today I'm using an ER diagram to create this database. So then let's create an ER diagram, file, new model, and then double click on this MyDB to change the database name. So change the database name to Capital Lab School. So then close this tab and then double click on this add diagram to add a new ER diagram. So at first let's create this student table. Click on this icon and click anywhere in this workspace. So double click on this to the table name as student, and then the first column is number. I'm making it auto increment and I'm making it the primary key, and then the name column with the date type Vacha and length 45, and then the birthday column with the date type date. So then that's all for this student table, as the grade, village and transport method are foreign keys from these 3 tables. So then let's create those 3 tables. So then close this one, click on this and click anywhere in the workspace, double click on it and change the table name to grade and the column name to ID with the data type int, and I'm making it also auto increment and giving the primary key. And then the next column as grade, I'm giving the data type as int here. Then close this and let's create the village table. Click on this and click anywhere in the workspace and double click on it, and then change the table name to village, and then the first column ID, and I'm making it auto increment and giving the primary key, and then the village column with the data type Vacha and length 45. So then close this table also and then click again on this to create the transport table and click anywhere in the workspace and double click on it and then change the table name to transport. First column is the ID column. I'm making it primary key and giving auto increment, and then the transportation method column with the data type watch and length 45. Close this table also, and then let's add the relationship among these tables. At first let's consider about the student and grade table. One student can have only one grade and one grade can have to several students. So then here we can use a one-to-one relationship. So the many side is the student table and the one side is grade table. So now we can see the grade ID. The column name grade ID was created, and then let's consider our student and village table. One student can have only one village and several students can be in one village. So here too we can use the one-to-one relationships within these 2 tables. So then click on this and click on the student table which gets the many side and then the village table. So then here too we can see a new column name village ID was created, and then let's consider about the student and transport tables. In this instance I am getting one student have only one transport method and one transport method can be have to several students. So here too we use the one-to-one relationship. So click on this and let's first click on student table as it gets the many side and then the transport table. Now we can see a column name transport ID 2 was created. So now we have created our database with these 4 tables. So then let's forward engineer this. Click on database, forward engineer, and then next, and again next, and then close. Hit SQL and let's see whether our database has created. So refresh the page, and here now we can see our database has created with these 4 tables: village, transport, student, and grade. So then let's add the data graphical to our tables. At first, let's add the data to our grade, village, and transport tables, as those 3 tables are foreign tables to the student table. So I'm gonna add data to the grade table at first. So then let's click on this add button to the new row, and then the grade as 6, and then again 7. Likewise give the remaining grades. Here I have added all the grades to our grade table, and then let's add data to the village table. To add a new row, click on this add button and give the village name as Padaviya. Here I have added all the data to the village table, and then let's add data to the transport table. Click on this add button to add a new row, and then give the name. Here I have added all the data to the transport table. So then at last let's add data to the student table. Click on this add button to add a new row, and then let's give the name as Kumar, and then the grade ID as 6, and then the village as 1, then the transport method is 2 as 1. And I have added all the data to the student table, and then let's move to the next question. After you created the database, the principal wanted to check your database for bugs. He has given you some scenarios. Read them carefully and write queries to get results. And as the first question, select all students who study in grade 6, use join query. So then let's move to the query tab. Select all from student table. We have to use the inner join here, as we have to join the grade table to this query. Inner join grade. We use the on keyword to specify to which column of the student table is linked with the table. So then the student dot choose the grade ID equals grade dot choose the ID, and then let's give the where clause, where inside the abbreviation grade equals inside the quotation marks 6, and then the semicolon. Let's execute this query. Here we can see 3 rows with the grade ID 1, and let's see to which grade the grade ID 1 has. And here the grade ID 1 is related with the grade 6. So then the second question is select birthdays of the students who come from Padaviya by bus. Select, and then here we use the abbreviation mark, and I specify the which column we need to obtain. We need to obtain the birthday column. Select birthday from the table student. We are using inner join here, as we have to join village table. Inner join village. We use the on keyword here, as we have to specify to which column of the student table the village table is joined with. On student dot select the village ID equals village dot ID, and then again we use the inner join, as we have to join the transport table also. Transport, we have to use the on keyword to specify which column of the student table the transport table is joined with. On student dot and select this transport ID equals transport dot it means a transport table inside the ID column, and then we use the where clause, as we have to select the birthdays of the students who come from the Padaviya by bus. The village equals to Padaviya, and the transfer method is by bus, and inside the abbreviation mark the column name village equals the quotation Padaviya, and again the abbreviation mark transportation method equals quotation mark bus, and then at last a semicolon. Let's execute this query. Here we have got birthdays. Here we have obtained the birthdays of the student of the student table which come from the village ID1. ID1 means the Padaviya village, and then the transfer method 1, it means the transfer method of bus, and then we have got the birthdays 2005 714, the village equals to 1, and the transportation method equals to. So then let's move to the last question. Select names of the students who study at grade 9 and come from Mihintale on foot. Select, we have to select the name. So then we specify the column name here as name from the student table. We use inner join here, as we have to join several tables. At first let's join the grade table. Grade, we use the on keyword on the table student dot the column grade ID equals grade table column name ID, and we again use inner join to join the village table village, and again use the on keyword table name student dot then the village ID equals to the village table dot ID. Then we use again the inner join, as we have to join the transport table. We used on keyword here also on student table transport ID equal to the transport table dot id, and then we use the where clause as we have to specify the names of the students who study in grade 9 and come from the village Mihintale, and by the transfer method mfood. So then where inside the > mark grade equals inside the quotation marks 9, use the and here, and inside the > mark village equals inside the quotation Mihintale, and then again use the and here inside the > mark transportation method equals to food, and at last the semicolon. Let's execute this query. Here's the student named Vatsala Shani. She is from the grade ID 4. Grade ID 4 is related to grade 9, and then the village ID 4. Village ID 4 means the Mihintale, and then the transportation method is to means by foot. And then the next student with the grade ID 4 means grade 9, and the village ID 4 means Mihintale, and then the transportation method 2 means by foot. So then we have done all the questions, and let's meet with the next question set number 11, and bye for now.